Hey Drake, I hear you like I'm young, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
That is the
So good.
Listen, regardless of what you think about rap beef, that shit hit hard right there, all right? Sometimes a cultural event blows up so big, Martin Thomas, Rabbi Hemmendinger, that its impact is felt beyond its niche. Mm-hmm. Like, you try to avoid hip hop stuff, Martin. I know you do. I know you say, just petty.
That's pretty much a quote.
Yeah, exactly. I know that. Yes, I know that, Martin. But sometimes you just can't. You can't avoid 100% pure grass-fed rap beef, Martin. Right?
All natural, baby.
All natural. Okay.
Wagyu.
You know, on some occasions it gets so popular, it gets so crazy that everyone has to taste just a little bit of that beef, Martin.
Okay.
Just a little sample. You know, just a little toothpick. Just to see what all the fuss is about.
Sure.
You know, and even if you don't know, you will.
I guess so.
I told Martin today, I said, I know you don't care about this, but don't matter. You're gonna get a lesson today.
Okay. Well, I'm here to learn. But will I be any good for this discussion?
Yes, you will.
You got two Julians here.
No, you need to, yeah, we got two Julians here, Ebony and Ivory and Julian over here. Ebony and Ivory.
I know some stuff, but I didn't look into this beef until this morning when he was like, we're going to talk about this. I was like, all right, I didn't give a shit enough, but there's so much I was hearing about it.
Yeah, listen, everybody was on my ass about, man, I know that you are not going to ignore this beef right here between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I'm being racist as hell. Kendrick Lamar, right? I know that's not him.
Yeah, I was sad.
I'm like one of those white news stations that put up the wrong person. And Kendrick Lamar. No, what that is from right there, though, that is Drake, and that is Meek Mill, because the last time we had a big rap beef was probably between these two men right here. This is back when Drake destroyed Meek Mill in what is now considered to be a legendary rap beef. That beef got so big that even corporate America paid attention to it. Big businesses says, shit, beef is, beef, that's what we do.
That's what's for dinner.
That's what's for dinner right here. Boy, our very own local Whataburger said, give me some of that right there. Hey, if anybody knows beef, Whataburger knows beef. And they told Meek Mill, take it from us. If you're going to serve beef, serve it high quality.
Oh, no.
Wow. Yes. So this is how, especially with social media now, things that were considered to be a niche at one time has now blown up to be just big pop culture events that everybody is asking about now. And I'm not kidding you. Even my mama called me today.
Oh, no.
And she said, who's this Kendrick Lamar? I know this Drake, but who's this Kendrick Lamar? Why is he messing with Drake? Why everybody talking about this? So yeah, people, we're going to be talking about this whole thing because listen, this is kind of history in the making again. As I said, Drake and Meek Mill, everybody was talking about that. Even if you weren't in hip hop, you knew about this. And as I said, Drake destroyed him. Meek Mill was pretty much, he was a meme. He was the butt of jokes for.
Right. Laughed out of the industry.
No, he's in the industry. He's still here. I mean, he had to go lick his wounds for a little bit. One of the things, he went over in a corner in the cave and
had to go hang out with Diddy.
Yeah. Diddy. Drake messing with me.
I'll dance for you like a French girl.
Yeah, he destroyed Meek Mill. Meek Mill had to go take a break. He became the butt of a lot of jokes, became the butt of the joke of a lot of memes out there. He became a big meme that people made fun of. But like boxers or gunslingers in the West, there's always a new challenger out there, man. And the reigning champion might someday have to meet the same fate that he imposed on his enemy out there, on his opponent. And that is what we have here. That's exactly the thing that's happening right now with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Drake seems to be on the extreme losing end of a very personal beef with Kendrick Lamar.
Extreme, huh?
No, it's very extreme. I mean, now listen, you think I'm exaggerating, but this is what I'm talking about. You know, this is not just mere diss tracks anymore. This is not your rhymes suck. You know, you know, you a bitch and all that kind of stuff. It's not, you know, it's gotten deep. It's gotten dark. You know, it's gotten kind of political, social at some point, and it's gotten to a point now where if these accusations are made, everybody's kind of looking to be at fault some kind of way or another.
Okay.
It's gotten extremely personal.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that, man, this is something where, you know, if some of these things are not true, these allegations, we look at it as defamation of character, you know, but I don't know. You know, I don't know if they'll go that far. Listen, this thing is weird, all right? This is blown up, as I said, due to some very serious accusations. Family members have been dragged into this. They're questioning each other's blackness. And it's just weird shit to the point where somehow, I don't know how, but somehow even Tupac, they dug his ass up and made him do some raps for this.
Oh, you thought you could escape death?
Somehow they brought this man back from the dead.
Got a skeleton with a bandana
Got
somewhere.
him rapping. Ain't no hologram either. He's rapping. Then really, this is considered to be hip hop history in the making. Now, with this, we're going to talk about this whole situation. We're going to talk about the accusations, and if anybody has any our own personal opinions of this, including just, I'm going to throw this out there, my opinion of hip hop beef in general, and I'm going to try to educate Martin on this today.
Sure.
Because Martin said, I don't know a goddamn thing about this. And as I said, I brought in some people today. I brought young Julian in here. Julian, if you want to, you can pick up a chair and come in and sit down now, because I asked you to come here to help out. Because some of these people that we're going to be talking about, Julian, he is huge. He is a huge fan of them. So this all started, and this is why I have you here, young Julian, just in case I got any of this wrong. I keep up with a whole lot of pop culture, movies, TV shows, music. So I've been seeing this too, but I probably have not been keeping up with this as much as everybody else. I'll admit that. So that's why I have these guys here. And I want to thank Julian Hemmendinger for giving me a lot of stuff on this today. And I want to thank Kevin King. As I told Martin, I think Kevin King started this shit because he dug up so much information about this. I mean, like I said, he got a scalpel and went forensics on this shit. So he sent me a lot of stuff. So hopefully I'm talking about this the right way. But if I'm not, that's what we have these guys here for. And that's what I have you guys here for to tell me. So I'm going to put something out there where, from my perspective, I know this man is destroying Drake right now, and he's seen kind of as a hero because his diss tracks and you know they've been incredible. But Kendrick, I think he started this shit. I mean, he's the one that's going in, but I think he started this, man.
He's been started.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why, because it's it started with a compliment. So J. Cole, who's also big rapper right now and considered to be one of the best out there at this moment. J. Cole came in and he had this track called First Person Shooter, where he said, listen, the biggest three rappers right now are, if I do say so myself, me, Drake, and our old buddy right over here, Kendrick Lamar.
Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started a league.
He gave him a compliment. If you, like I said, if you listen to the lyrics, he named them and said, hey, we are the big three right now.
Yeah.
Kendrick came in on a track called Like That. And when this started as a compliment, he came in and said, no, ain't no three, it's me.
Oh,
All right?
okay.
All right?
Okay.
Get it correct. What's this we shit?
The big three. Nigga, it's just big me. Nigga,
That snippet has been going viral on TikTok for weeks now.
Oh, hell yes. Yes, it has. J. Cole hit back with something called 7 Minute Drill. It was not, in my opinion, his strongest work, but people were talking about it. Then Drake jumped in with a track called Push Ups. So in a way, yeah. I mean, you gotta listen to the song and understand some of these things here, but you know.
Okay, there's a story behind the push-ups thing. So Kendrick Lamar was doing push-ups one day. Oh, my bad. He was doing push-ups one day and he recorded it. So that's why Drake says push-ups.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They said like drop and give me 50 push-ups.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all these guys see something that they're either saying in a rhyme, or they're looking at a video, or there's something on them on social media, and they respond to it. And sometimes the name of the tracks are those things.
Okay.
And isn't there some also relation to Pusha T? Isn't that?
Well, we'll get to that a little bit, yeah, but we'll get,
thing.
yeah, that's one of the things that really kind of made things crazy here. But anyway, so J. Cole hit back with this track called 7 Minute Drill. Drake came out with this thing called Push Ups. So, as I said, in a way, you know, these guys came out just defending themselves. Like, look, we were trying to be nice. You getting all mad about.
Yeah.
So in a way, Kendrick, as much as I love this guy, he started this shit. I mean, look, he even look evil right there. Look, I'll destroy you. So
Well, it sounds like in the song about Big Three, he got mentioned last, and I guess he didn't like not having top billing.
Okay, there's another backstory to that. So that first person shooter song,
Come on.
that first person shooter song, Kendrick was originally supposed to be on the song also as well. So it's supposed to be Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick. Kendrick said no, he didn't want to do it. So then this is what I'm hearing. Kendrick heard that verse on first person shooter, and he was like, that's why he that. And made it like that.
they still gave him a compliment.
But I guess the way he kind of put it was like, J. Cole was like, but I feel like I'm Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of pushing them two to the side. So that's why Kendrick got mad
So
about
even
it.
then, it's like, who's the greatest out of the three?
Yeah. So,
All right.
I mean, but you got to rhyme it with something, and Muhammad Ali just looks for the rhyme scheme. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so, you know, maybe Kendrick's, maybe he started it, and that's when everybody came in and started hitting at him. So I tell you this, Kendrick said, if I didn't start, I'm damn sure gonna finish it right now, because I'm just gonna put it this way. And again, maybe some people might take a different opinion of this, but Kendrick Lamar, crazy. Right on. And I'm saying he's crazy because this dude is obsessive, man. You know, J. Cole was the smart one. Because J. Cole, he realized that Kendrick Lamar is obsessive. You know, he knew this, and he said, listen, this shit was fun. You know, it was kind of petty, but I was having a good time. But I'm out. You know?
Yeah.
He put out that track, a 7 minute drill, and immediately realized, oh, what have I done?
this is more backstory to it.
Oh, I know.
I was about to say, there's more to it.
But he didn't, you know, because he made a public apology,
Yeah.
and you know, because he wants to respect Kendrick, man. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't want this to blow up to be more than what it is.
I moved in a way that I spiritually feel bad on me. Like, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers that ever touched a fucking microphone?
You know, they've done tracks together. You know, so it's
They all have.
Yeah. They all have. No, Drake and has been featured on Kendrick tracks and whatnot. So
Yeah, Poetic Justice.
Yep. So, you know, they all have history, but J. Cole was the one that says, you know, I don't want to respect my man here. You know, this is something that I want to, I don't want to disrespect him. I want to be cool, you know? So once J. Cole was out the way, my man put he locked targets on Drake. Once J. Cole was gone, he locked targets on Drake, and he has been relentlessly on his ass since. Mm-hmm. He has been insanely relentless on him. After J. Cole got out the way, and after Drake came in and dropped another diss track, and this is where things start to escalate because it got a little more personal. In 72 hours, and correct me if I'm wrong, in 72 hours, Kendrick dropped damn near a whole album. He released 4 tracks in 72 hours. He might release another one while we're talking. It was Euphoria, 616 in LA, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us. That's those.
I think it was 3.
It's 4 now.
I think it's. I don't know about 4. I know Meet the Grams, the new one he just dropped a couple days ago.
Euphoria was one.
Euphoria is the first one. Then Meet the Grams.
616 in LA.
See, I don't know about that one.
It's okay. It's 4.
It was 4. Okay.
Euphoria,
I didn't hear that,
616 in LA, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us.
Not Like Us, the new one.
Yeah, it's 4 tracks within 72 hours. And like I said, might be another one. This man is, like I said, he's writing a whole album called Drake at this moment. It's almost like Drake is his muse because Kendrick said he had writer's block.
Oh.
And then then he started writing shit about Drake and all the words just flowed after that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I said, he damn near has an album now. And it all started, here's where it all started getting weird. Because, this is what I'm talking about. This is the point where Drake, he did a track called Tailor Made. And he decided to put Tupac on it, do a Tupac feature. Yes, that's right, dead Tupac.
Yeah.
Kendrick, we need ya, the West Coast savior. Talk about him liking young girls, that's a kid for me.
Of course, now listen, that's an AI. Tupac right
that
there.
don't even sound like Tupac at all.
No.
Were they supposed to misspell Machiavelli? Or is that somebody else?
No, that's the hip hop spelling Machiavelli.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a small detail, right? You know how it's like when,
Ebonics.
yeah, you're like I said, I knew a rapper once named what was that dude's name? He tried to spell Nocturnal, except it was knock. K-N-O-C. So yeah, this is hip hop, man.
Okay. Right.
Literacy is not the place you go to,
Okay.
if you're looking for that, not in hip hop. No, of course Kendrick came in and responded to this saying, I know that's a fake Tupac, come on, man. First of all, why are you doing AI anything like that in a track? That's lazy, that's lame, and why you disrespecting Tupac? That's disrespecting yourself.
Somebody had told me that you got a ring on God. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave.
Also, a lot of people are saying, oh shit, this is Biggie and Tupac again, and nah, y'all, I'm not gonna put on that level, all right?
No, they're not gonna go like them and try to kill each other.
No, exactly. These two, not these two. these two had 2 regions beefing with each other. It was that East Coast, West Coast thing at the time, man. A lot of people thought that these dudes would shoot each other. They thought these dudes would kill each other, got around each other. I did not. I didn't think so. Even Biggie at one time saying, nah, it was, it's hip hop. We're not going. I was going to try to kill him. I don't think he's going to try to kill me either. But that's the image they put out there. But it was very gangster. Okay. Listen. Yeah, I know Kendrick is from Compton, but Kendrick is still more of a conscious rapper, all right? And then Drake, man, he's a Canadian pop star, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a pop star now, all right? He's a crooner, he does some R&B shit, he does hip hop, but he's a pop star, man. And these two are going at it. So no, this is not the same thing, man. He's kind of, it's almost hipster level of beef going on right here. I don't know, what do you think?
What, with these two?
Yeah, it ain't Biggie and Tupac.
No. Honestly, okay, so what I was hearing is that Kendrick for years has not liked Drake at all.
Yeah.
So he was just kind of just waiting for some shit to like kind of stir up. So then as soon as he heard that first person shooter shit, he was like, all right, ready to go. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I hear Kendrick got like a whole album of shit just ready for Drake. He got like a whole bunch of disses.
Yeah.
And just wait for Drake to drop something, and then he's gonna drop something else.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll give them this. They're prolific. I mean, they got a lot of stuff out there, but it ain't on that gangster level of Pac and Biggie, man. And like I said, that whole thing was that was a whole trend between. It was bigger than these two. It was a whole trend between 2 regions. It's not like that. It's just these 2 guys going at it. All right. And like I said, they're both rich and whatnot. One's a pop star, one's a conscious rapper.
But they are with each other, though.
Oh yeah, hard.
Like deep. Like some people have a theory, like the whole thing of naming that track Euphoria because Drake is a producer on the show Euphoria.
Oh, yeah.
They think that Kendrick did that just to with the algorithm. So people are going to be looking up the show Euphoria and they're going to find Kendrick's song.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of crazy stuff.
It goes deep.
If I was to put this on any kind of level, I wouldn't say it's Tupac and Biggie. I would say it's more like Jay-Z and Nas. If y'all know anything from back in hip hop, it's just 2 guys having a riff at each other, but it was nowhere near as personal. These guys were just, they were doing kind of an industry standard type beef. I mean, what's going on with Drake and Kendrick is crazy. So, as I say, even though this started with some surreal moments right here, it was kind of typical beef in the beginning, typical beef stuff at the beginning. The track Euphoria that I was telling you about, that's where it was typical you know what? I just don't like you type things going on. I don't like your face. You know, it was that kind of track.
Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
You know, I just don't like you. You know? You're mean.
Man, somebody wrote that about me. I'd be like, you got a problem.
Yeah.
I'm not even offended. I'm worried about you.
They got a problem with you. So, but that's, you know, listen, that's not too far from typical, you know, rap beef stuff that goes on. The one where it gets crazy for me, now there's 4 of them, and all of them kind of take some big swings, but the one that really is the darkest one for me, the one that's the most scathing, and y'all can tell me what y'all think out there, is Meet the Gram. Meet the Grams that's the one where it gets dark and they go deep, because this is when we get these real crazy accusations now. Because I was saying, you know, it was kind of crazy how this started out almost like a heart to heart. Like, let me just, man, listen, let's just put everything, get your life straight. Let me just talk to you.
Okay.
Let me, you know, because everybody knows the things I know. You got some problems and I'm going to put you out there, but hopefully that'll help you out. But then he starts bringing in Drake's family. That's how like the song is, he's having a heart to heart with them. Like, get your boy straight. He's talking to his parents who are divorced and shit. He goes, you know, he's talking to them. And then he starts talking to his son, Adonis. And now this is in the track. He's like, you don't hear the people in there, but he's like doing like, almost like he's writing a letter to them saying, hey, I wish he was a better father. I wish you had raised him better. But then it goes into some real Illuminati shit after that. Kendrick starts talking to Drake's separated parents, and he starts talking about him being a nymphomaniac, about he's a pedophile, and how he has a sex trafficking ring. So this is where the shit gets really personal. These are where these are like real severe, you know, not playing around accusations anymore.
He got sex offenders on OVO that he keep on a monthly allowance. Keep the family away. I'm looking to shoot through any pervert that lives. Keep the family safe.
So he's going in saying, maybe we got some, you know, some Weinstein shit going on here, some Diddy things happening here. You know, is this a guy just going too far, you know, for a diss track, or is this another moment where, you know, things have been hitting in the industry and it's just not coming out? You know, I don't know. But you see how that's serious now.
Yeah.
Another thing that he alleges is that Drake is, by the way, that pedo thing, he doubles down on that. Like, look, I believe that shit. Because in that track, Not Like Us, he continues with the pedophilia accusations.
Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
That is the
So good.
Listen, regardless of what you think about rap beef, that shit hit hard right there, all right?
I mean, I've been hearing for years that about Drake. I remember like
Really?
2018, 2019, I heard like that he had like a minor on stage with him, that he was kissing and shit.
That's why everybody was messing with him about Bobby Brown, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Because he was calling her and on the phone, they were texting and stuff. Yeah, and everybody was saying that's weird. And I guess everybody was saying, no, there's more to him that you don't know why this is weird. It's just not him trying to mentor a young actor. I don't know. I'm not assuming anything. You know me, I'm the one sitting back and waiting for other information to come out. Now, I don't know if Kendrick is being Cat Williams right now. You know, just as they say, you know, spilling the tea on everybody and shit that we don't know. I will say this: if you know that he's a pedophile, you know that he's running a sex trafficking ring, why don't you call the authorities? You know, I want you at least say something, because that's kind of weird for me.
For years, that's been the talk. Like, Drake's like, I'm young. He likes him very young.
Yeah.
So,
That's
been the talk.
I've heard that too, man. But I don't keep up with Drake enough to know if that's true or not.
I don't know if it's true. I just know that's.
But apparently something's coming out now because everybody's talking about it. Shit, I wouldn't want that kind of rumor to start catching heat, you know, and being picked up by some, because everybody's talking about, like, everybody in the room saying, yeah, I've heard something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the last thing you want. There's also this shit. Now, I know Drake has been shady about some things because Drake has, you know, he had a son that he didn't tell anybody about, Adonis. He didn't tell anybody about it. And this rapper called Pusha T.
Sounds like Creed.
I know. Yeah. And then Yeah, man. His this rapper Pusha T, came out and outed him, saying, "Yeah, he's got a son." Was that the what was that song?
I don't know.
Dondi or something. Y'all know that song. Anyway, Pusha T did that, and the story of Donnie or something like that. And he did that, and that exposed him for that. Now Kendrick has come out and made another allegation. They're like, not only does he have a son, but he also has a daughter he ain't telling anybody about.
Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world.
That Kendrick saying Drake has a daughter thing, I don't know. There's not a lot of proof to that. So it's kind of just
he even put out something today saying that
So there's been talks of like Drake sending moles to Kendrick's camp. So the word is Drake sent somebody over there to say that he has a daughter. So then Kendrick on the track say he has a daughter. So now Drake's like, oh, you looking stupid now. So that's the whole talk.
That's what he said. Yeah,
that's the talk.
And it goes both ways. Like the image that you were showing there during that song, people are debating whether or not that's real.
Oh,
like,
they said that's Drake's dad. Like he lost that stuff. He lost that somewhere, and that's where that picture's from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. See, that's this stuff I didn't even know because everybody's going in and like digging deep on this.
I know.
Everybody's going in like they're looking at pictures and finding things in there.
Yeah, like someone pointed out that there's a little baggie in the top left that they censored that. They didn't show what that was.
Really?
Yeah, you can't see what it is. But one of the pills, you can't read it. But the other one on the left, that's apparently, what's his name? Drake's medication. And then there's like Ozempic on the bottom, I think, or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Never mind.
I would say this, man. It feels, for me, looking at this, it feels weird bringing family members in.
Yeah.
To this.
That should be off limits.
Yeah, but I would say this. So the reason why it happens is because, Kendrick said this is something I won't do. I'm not going to go in and bring family members into this. Drake was the one that actually started that.
Oh, really?
And he made like some serious allegations about him and his wife. He came in and said that a couple of things. One, his wife, who I think named Whitney, but anyway, he said that his wife was had an affair with one of Kendrick's bodyguards, and then accused Kendrick Lamar of abusing his wife.
When you put your hands on your girl, the darkest secrets are coming in light. It's all on your face like what happened to Mike.
So
that's pretty good.
Yeah. But is it true? I don't know. The way Kendrick came in, he said, I do like the way he didn't make it personal. I do like the way he came in. He says, I'm going to bring in the family, but I'm not going to attack them. I'm going to address them about you. I'm going to talk shit to your pretend family, or pretend like I'm talking to their family and talking shit about you, telling them to get you straight. It's still weird though, because he's putting the family in there, but but the family's still known by people. So it's not like he's outing their names when no one knew it. So Kendrick didn't really attack his family in a way, if you think about it. I don't know. Now, is any of this making sense to you as somebody who hadn't seen any of this or heard of any of this?
I understand what's happening. I don't really endorse the why or why it's going on so long.
Well, that's one of the weird things with beef with me, man. So I was going to get into how I personally feel about rap beef because I understand it and I also have a very unpopular opinion about it. So in my opinion, I think that the good things with beef, looking at it as a competitive sport where it's trash talking in a way, I'm like, okay, it can be fun. There is a craft and an artistry around it. For these guys to turn out these rhymes and these beats in almost poetic lyrics in a short amount of time, that's impressive. The fact that they just keep going back and forth. And producing so much in a short amount of time is impressive. And it's fun to sit around and it's just like any other kind of media. If you're in the movies, you're in the comic books, even music now, you go in and if you're really into it, you start having theories. You start dissecting things when you really get into it. Sometimes it can get ridiculous. Sometimes it can be fun. People going in and they're finding fun hidden messages in some of these lyrics. They might be true. They might be real. They might not be. Julian, him and Dinger sent this to me today. This is something he found, not me. So from the song 616 in LA, the time 616. It's a response to some of Drake's music, where he, it's what is it, 5 a.m. and the Drake song.
5 a.m. in Calabasas or something?
Something like that.
He has a whole theme, I think, of like songs like at a certain hour.
Yeah, exactly. So people are going in and finding things like Kendrick Lamar drops the song exactly at 6:16 a.m. 16th of June, 2024 is Father's Day in Canada. 16th of June, 1972, Tupac Shakur was born. 16th of June, 1994, O.J. Simpson, the murder trial officially started in L.A. There's a lyric that he refers to himself as O.J. Kendrick Lamar in one of his songs. Which song was that?
It was
Backseat Freestyle. Yeah.
My favorite one by him.
The song is a play of Drake's infamous timestamp series. That's what we're talking about right there. So this person saying, is this reaching or is Lamar a genius? Who knows, man. But people are having fun doing it.
And again, the show Euphoria also dropped on June 16th.
Yeah. And speaking of Euphoria, people are finding things now. They hear certain things and they go in and even wonder what that is. At the beginning of Euphoria, the song, there's a sound that's played backwards.
Euphoria.
So somebody took it and they played it back to reversed it and played it the right way to see what it is. And even that is a play on words against Drake.
Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony.
That's Richard Pryor from The Wiz. Yeah.
What a deep cut.
I know. It's crazy, man. There's even humor involved with this that's pretty funny. Like that goes outside of the music. Like again, you gave this to me today. Like they renamed this is on Google Maps.
Yeah.
They renamed Drake's home. They said owned by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, and if you go on like one of those Predator apps, like his house is also covered.
Yeah.
Like 8 predators live there or something.
Yeah, that's what one of the album covers is.
One of the ones you put up.
It's Predators.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that was.
Those little red circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I put how many predators live there.
Oh, do they do this? I've never seen where they mark predators in your neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Damn, there's a lot of predators in one house.
So many.
I thought y'all talking about the Predator from Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It wouldn't go there.
When it comes to rap beef, man, it concerns me because with rap beef, and this is where my unpopular opinion comes in. I see these diss tracks that have become part of what they call, what they say is history of hip hop culture, and it is. I'm not going to deny that. And here's the funny thing. I'm not just going to make it a hip hop thing. Diss tracks have always been around. And they've transcended hip hop. There's some songs that are older than y'all, maybe older than some of your parents, that are diss tracks, and you don't even know it. Back in the day, now this is what your parents will remember before it was called a diss track, but it was. You had an artist named Carly Simon, who dated actor Warren Beatty. Now y'all know actor Warren Beatty as the old guy that fucked up the Academy Awards. At the time, he was one of the hottest sex symbols in Hollywood, and he dated a lot of women. And he dated this artist, Carly Simon, right here. And so when she got dumped by him, so he could go to another woman, she said, "Yeah, I'm gonna make a diss track." And the diss track was called "You're So Vain." So vain. That is a diss track. Shit, even when you had artists going against each other, shit, the Beatles went at each other with diss tracks. I'm not lying. George Harrison, Paul McCartney wrote songs about John Lennon. George Harrison, who felt disrespected the most by the group, which is not true. That's Ringo Starr. But George Harrison, he said, he walked out of a recording session one day and said, "Oh, y'all, man." But he really wrote a track about Paul McCartnney. And it was a straight up diss track. It was called Wah Wah. Yeah. Now, Wah Wah is a guitarist technique or tool, but also he meant it as a double entendre, like, you a crying bitch. There's lyrics in there, wah, wah, like, stop crying, bitch.
Sweet Home Alabama is a diss track.
To who?
Neil Young.
Really?
Yeah, Neil Young did that song "Southern Man."
Yeah.
And then you listen to "Sweet Home Alabama." He said, "Mr. Young, Southern Man don't need you around anyhow."
Wow. So, all kind of music. Shit, everybody was doing diss tracks from country to blues to rock to hip hop.
They were even crossing genres, right? Like when Machine Gun Kelly had beef with Eminem, which was insane. I don't know why he tried to do that.
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly going, "Your beard is weird. Let's talk about it."
That was one of the weakest opening lines. Your beard is weird. Diss tracks are nothing new. Hip hop diss tracks are nothing new. It's considered to be part of the culture. But only thing I'm concerned about with beef and hip hop is that I'm gonna be careful how I say this because, like I said, this is not a popular opinion. But I thought long and hard about it. I can't let it go. It seems like the industry, it just exploits divisiveness of black people, especially in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to beef with hip hop, it's just another way to just have people go at each other. And it wouldn't be so bad if this wasn't splitting people up and preventing them from gaining, from getting together and fighting the corporate machine, finding ways to get around things so that we could all earn more money. Anywhere from the East Coast, West Coast thing to, violence in hip hop to rap beef. It just seems like there's always a way that they're trying to divide us. This country has always tried to divide us, and hip hop is just another way they do it, except within the music industry, they capitalize on it.
Sure. This was kind of used during slavery. And it was mostly like the Dutch slave masters who perfected this technique, because they were like, listen, all the slaves are kind of getting together. And I don't just mean the black slaves. I mean because they would have slaves of other races. But they were like, you know what? The new rule is everybody who's not black as a slave, you can eventually work your way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The blacks, you're going to always be slaves. So when they were coming together, that split them apart. Then between the black slaves, they went, all right, you know what? Let's treat the light-skinned slaves better. And that put a division between them.
Yeah,
so it was like they could never come together to rise above, to overthrow whoever was putting their foot down on them.
Yeah.
Back when we were doing our Access show, I remember Charlie and the show with No Name, which we loved. You were like, hey, we got a good thing going on. But Charlie was always like, hey, you know what? We should like make a rivalry just to drive things, between us, get the audience going. And I was always like, you know what? We're too niche to be splitting people apart. We don't need something like that at this level.
Well, if you think about this, and I'm not really trying to villainize anybody or anything like that. This is definitely not a discussion of white people are bad or anything like that. I'm just giving you a little bit of history. This country has always had a target on black people's backs to divide them. They didn't do that with a lot of other people that came here. Asians, even Mexicans that came here. They did not, if they had something going, they usually kind of let them get their communities together. In this country, you can look it up. This has a history of black people finally getting a community, finally getting financial freedom in this community, businesses thriving, and they blow it up, flood it, attack it. There's always been this target on us fucking succeeding against everybody else. That's because other people are like, why don't you get yourselves together like the Indians when they come here, or Koreans when they come here, and it's like they don't them the same way, because it's only because our history of slavery was just kind of like, you guys were slaves. This is fucking weird that you kind of, having things, and that kind of mentality has actually extended to, everything that we do, to the point where we turn on each other just naturally now. It's kind of been instilled in us to do that. And to me, sometimes rap beef seems like an extension of that. And thing is, I was going to make this point today. And I was like, well, I'm the only one that feels this way. But then I was so happy that you sent me that video of Vince Staples. Because I said, and this is not me just watching Vince Staples' video and saying this. You heard me say this a few weeks ago. I think I was on a show with Oz where I said, rap beef is cool, but sometimes it's a little weird for me. It just feels uncomfortable to me. And Vince Staples came in and said the same thing. He says, pretty much what I feel. While you have other artists in the industry who are fighting for other artists and fighting for themselves, you got people who are arguing over here. over nothing while our businesses, our industry is being torn down.
There are no labels basically that are incentivized to sign black music. And while Taylor Swift is fighting for people to be able to have streaming money, niggas is on the internet arguing with each other about some rap shit. So that's how I feel about it.
You know, when you put it down, like all these labels are being torn down. A lot of these labels that were run by, black management, and they're being, pretty much taken down, and you still got people arguing with each other. There's some, and again, there's something weird about that for me. But I will say this: on the other end of things, eventually these dudes, man, if it's these days, these guys have money, and they do this because this gets exposure, this gets money and whatnot, and then once it gets to a certain point where they're friends again. Always they're friends. They end up doing a track together to say, hey, look at us, we're friends now. Yeah. It's all okay, and everything's fine. I would not be surprised. Listen, these are some serious accusations. I don't know if Drake and Kendrick Lamar can bounce back from this. Once you call me a pedophile, I know. That's something I don't know if they can ever bounce back.
I'm real sorry about that. Yeah. Call you a pedophile.
Yeah,
making the world believe you were one.
Yeah. And as I said, Drake dropped another video right when we were talking.
Hey, oh, really?
This is trauma from your own confessions. I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this the angle that you really mess with.
I'm not feeling a diss track that much. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Lyrically,
I'm kind of feeling it.
Lyrically, I think it's kind of cool because listen, like I said, defend yourself.
I think this is more of a track of clearing shit up.
Yeah,
like because he's clearing up the daughter thing. He's clearing up the pedophile thing. So I think he's just clearing stuff up. Right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm down with lyrically him defending himself. I'm just not feeling this track though. I don't know why.
Just let me know when we get into the facts. Everything in my shit is facts.
I don't know, man. For something that's going on for 5 minutes, I just feel like he could have came harder.
Yeah,
I really do. I felt like it was an explanation. It wasn't so much a hard diss. If you're gonna do a diss track, go hard.
It seemed like the goal wasn't so much of a diss.
I feel like I don't know. Just
but it's a diss track though.
I kind of feel like Drake's over this shit now. That's just how I'm feeling.
That's how I came across.
He's clearing up all the bullshit. And he's like, look, man, I'm done with this shit.
I'm done with this, but I'm not gonna let your lies stand.
Yeah, right.
And also, I tricked your dumb ass.
He was also kind of defending himself because Drake got caught using AI on some of his tracks. So he made a point to, I've been using a pen. Yeah. It's like, that's new for you, isn't it?
I don't think it's terrible. It's just, it's like I said, it comes across as an explanation. Let me defend myself and let me explain. But if you're going to do a track after somebody gets you that hard, I mean, lyrically it should go harder, I think. Not bad, but I'm not arguing with, I ain't making I ain't starting no beef with y'all. And it's all a matter of opinion. Because if y'all think it's great, then cool. I'm glad, people are picking sides. Do I personally think Drake is a pedophile? You know me. I'm of the opinion of until real proof comes out, I'm not buying that.
Right.
I don't. Let me just state right now, I don't think he's a pedophile. Okay, I never wanted to get that impression earlier, but I do think again, if somebody comes at you hard like that and accuse you of being a pedophile, I think you need to come hard at them. And I do respect both artists. That's the thing. I'm not picking sides or anything. So when I say I don't like, I'm not crazy about this track. It's not like I'm picking sides and saying I like Kendrick more or anything like that.
Well, I think it lends more veracity to not come back hard. To just be very calmly like, no, you have no proof.
But then that's not a diss track.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He just kind of clear shit up.
Yeah.
But it's like everybody's like, Drake's a pedophile, so let me clear that up. Drake's got a daughter, let me clear that up. I don't think he's really trying to go at Kendrick. At least on that one, I don't think he's trying to go at Kendrick. Maybe the first one, Push-Ups, he's going at Kendrick. And even the last one, he was trying to go at Kendrick, but I don't think that one was really.
This seems more like a de-escalation.
Yeah,
like how far do we want to go with this?
I consider it two ways. Then you de-escalate it, great. You explain, that's great. If this is a battle, if this is a beef with that track, I think you lost.
I don't think he lost.
Yeah,
though.
I don't think so.
I don't think he was.
Okay.
Because that's just clearing everything up.
Okay, no, and I can see that too. Like I said, hey, listen, this is the one part I say, y'all might be right. I'm talking about, I could be.
I'm with you. I don't think that he brought it nearly as hard. I mean, it's just that his track was not as clever as all the stuff that Kendrick's done. And plus, him baiting Kendrick with all this fake information, it's like, that sounds like he's trying to distract him from other shit that he's guilty of. So, I don't know.
I don't know, man. That's kind of reading into
It felt weak to me, man. I'm sorry. It just felt, but I could be wrong. No one's really came out and said anything. So I might be very much in the minority here. People could be talking about, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, Corey, which you are quick to do. Very much. So
give it another 20 minutes and Kendrick will drop a track.
Oh, yeah.
I was just saying, hey, I'm happy because, you know, one thing about Kendrick, he has not dropped a lot of music. So for all this shit to happen and us to get all these songs from Kendrick, we winning.
I'm telling you, we getting the album, man. It's all gonna be about Drake.
We winning.
Yeah, that is true.
What's probably gonna happen after all this, whenever all this is done, they probably end up going on tour together.
He better. That's what I'm saying. No, after accusing him of being a pedophile,
man, they still go on tour together. You know how much money is to be made on tour? Especially those two going together. Okay. That's $100 million to be
That's making. A big accusation, calling somebody a pedophile.
I mean, well, Drake called him, Drake called him white beater.
Yeah. Wow, both these guys need to go. You know, I will say this, and I
therapy tour.
Yeah. Raping kids, beat wives. Hey. Man, I will say this. Do you honestly believe that he stands a chance against another track that comes out against Kendrick if that happens after this track?
I mean, shit. At the end of the day, they both got ghostwriters. So both sides got ghostwriters. So shit, they got.
That's been a rumor about Drake for a long time. Does Kendrick really have ghostwriters?
Look. So I'm friends with a bunch of people that are in the industry, and they like up there in the industry. Everybody got ghostwriters. Kendrick got them. Drake got them. I don't know about
Kendrick has ghostwriters.
Yes. He doesn't have them as much as Drake, but they all got them. Well, like even Chris Brown has them. Everybody has ghostwriters.
I don't know about Kendrick, man. And Mojo don't think so either. No! This is Luke Ramos. He said, I don't think there's anything wrong with competitive hip hop beef, especially when it's between two rappers that can actually rap well. However, once it goes past who can rap better or who is the best, then it can get a little murky. I was enjoying this Drake and Kendrick back and forth up until domestic abuse and pedophilia allegations were introduced. Now it has gotten to the point where real world ramifications can happen because of it. For example, what if the majority of the hip hop audience now thinks Drake is a pedophile? It might start affecting his sponsorships and who deals with him. Same thing with abuse allegations for Kendrick. As for the most recent Drake diss track, I think it's a good rebuttal track, but if you were going to categorize it as a diss track, I would say it's weak. I definitely think he made a smart move clearing up the allegations though, because like I said previously, that can have real world ramifications. Yeah, he has to clear his name one way or another.
That's what I was thinking. When I first heard all this shit, I was like, when the police gonna get involved with this shit? I'm like, God damn, you got one dude saying he beats his wife, you got another dude saying he's a pedophile. Like, yo, who's gonna call the cops?
This is where, now we gone beyond like taking jabs at each other to making weird allegations. That's another thing. Now I'm with you, Luke. That's weird, man. That's kind of, some of these things need to have boundaries and limits, and there needs to be a mutual understanding and certain, even when people are disrespecting each other, there needs to be a certain amount of respect. you know? So yeah, I think you summed it up great, and I 100% agree with you on that. Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one, check out our other YouTube channels, and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.